How's it going? Coach Brad Thomas here. I'd like to apologize for the beautiful setting that we've got. We're in Montgomery, Alabama on our dead week on vacation. With me right now is my assistant, my beautiful assistant, Coach Jesse Thomas, head volleyball coach at Lyons High School, my better half. Okay. Today, for our video portion of the core lift assignment, we're going to talk a little bit about the sumo squat. Okay. Why would I be doing a sumo squat? I'm in the group for high school tennis, so sumo squat not only is a relatively simple weightless exercise that we can start off our kids in the summer with and kind of gradually add weight throughout the season, but it's also extremely adaptable. As you can see, we're out here, there's no weight room, we're in the backyard, right, of our vacation house. So sumo squats can be done anywhere with relative ease. Okay, a couple of things we want to talk about with the sumo squat before we get started. Our joints that'll be manipulated during this movement are our hips, our knees, and our ankles. The muscles we're looking at attacking during this lift are our quads, our glutes, our hamstrings, our calves, and our adductors. Okay, now at the beginning of this lift, what we're going to do, I'm going to use Miss Thomas as our example of a kid in the weight room, or a kid maybe we're all on the tennis courts getting a 20-minute workout as a team, right? So what we're going to have is we'll talk through kind of the beginning stages of the lift. So Coach Thomas, if you could please just give me feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart, toes at 45 angles, okay, 45-degree angles. Our coaching cue for this is, feet wide, toes out. Feet wide, toes out. One common misconception is people may get their feet a little bit too wide on this lift, okay? But during the beginning of this lift, all right, we want to make sure our toes are at 45 degrees. We want to make sure our feet are slightly wider than shoulder width apart. We want to make sure we have an upright, neutral spine, chest up, okay? And we want to tighten and engage our core, okay? Engage our core. Now, coaching points, essentially squeeze your stomach, chest up, be ready to squat. Now here we're doing a body weight version of the sumo squat, so we don't have a actual weight. So here we can either have our hands here as we would be holding a weight. We can have our hands out in front for balance. The hands are not the most important aspect of this lift. For right now, we're just going to keep them at our chest, hands at our chest. Okay, so when we're doing this sumo squat, we want to keep our chest up, okay? We want to bend, we want to flex the knee and the hip unit at the exact same time, okay, forcing us to sit in a chair, okay? When we talk about the depth of this sumo squat, so Coach Thomas, if you would, boom, our chest is up, we've got a straight back. We're going to go down slightly more. Bam, we're right there at 90 degrees. You can come up, Coach. Boom. Okay, so a couple of things that we really want to talk about right there is keeping the chest up. All right, really sitting into that chair, getting our thighs, getting our quads at 90 degrees with the surface. Okay, we need to have concrete feet, meaning we should never come up on our toes when we're lifting up from this sumo squat. We shouldn't see athletes getting up on their toes. We shouldn't see athletes having an over dorsiflexion of their ankle unit, meaning that their toes are going to come up off the ground as their toes come to their shin. So repetition wise, right here on the, if we'll do it one more time, this time it's from the side. Boom, we've got feet wider than shoulder width. We've got our feet at 45-degree angles. One of the coaching points is as we go down, go ahead. These knees and these toes are staying on a train track, right? Our knees are going right over our toes. Our chest is up. All right, come on up. Boom. The way we get back to the top of that lift is we'll go one more time. We will extend our knees, extend our hips to get to a starting position. Now, a couple of things just here, some common mistakes during this lift, okay? I talked about it before. Feet get too wide, okay? Knees can, okay, when you get feet too wide, you're not able to get to your depth. Go ahead, try to you can't get to the depth that you need to in a sumo squat. Okay, if you'll face the camera, Coach Thomas. Okay, go ahead and get your feet right to our original position. Okay, another thing, go down. Another thing we don't want is knees flaring too much. Okay, we don't want knees flaring too much on the sumo squat, and we don't want people collapsing their knees. Okay, so some people will try to come in here and collapse their knees. We've all seen those athletes, right? Not very comfortable with what they're doing. It's almost impossible to do for me, but regardless, we want to keep those knees and those toes in those train tracks. All right. Another thing would be rounding of the back. So when we go down, go ahead, you can give them an example of this. When we go down, having someone round their back trying to come up, right? Almost as they're going knees, then hips, right? We want to keep that the lumbo-pelvic area as neutral as we can throughout the entire lift. Lastly, I would say that once we progress on into the season, the last real issue you'll have with this lift would be people trying to do too much weight. Okay, if you pick up, we don't have weights here. I'm not going to pick up a chair, but if we've got 75 pounds and we're going down and it's causing us to knees, right, knee extension, then hip extension, using all of our back, not being in one simultaneous movement, that's another issue with the sumo squat. Coach Thomas, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Hope this video does everything it needs to one, give me a good grade, and two, show our knowledge of the sumo squat. Thank you so much.